Good day. Let us continue learning about the different types of angles and the fundamentals. Now, these are fundamentals of circular functions. We already learned about the coterminal angles and different angles also, but we are going to have the reference angles this time. From the word reference, no, referring to something, to some other angle. In the coterminal angle, we learned that they should have the same initial side and the same terminal side. But in the reference angle, as long as it is going nearer to a quadrantal angle, you will see later what is quadrantal angle. Quadrantal angle is something like um, the y-axis and the x-axis. These are the quadrantal angles. As you can see, look at this. Look at this reference angle. No? Example, you have this angle A, and as you can see, it is almost going to this quadrantal angle, which is in the negative x-axis. So the remaining thing here, remaining angle, is what we call the reference angle. But what if we go somewhere here like this? We have to rotate like that. So it has still remaining angle. So that is what we call the reference angle. How about up to here? So if that's the case, if it is an acute angle, then it can, the example, this is 40 degrees. Okay, the 40 degrees is still its same reference angle, unless it goes to the second quadrant. Then you need to find the remaining angle. Okay, that is what we call the reference angle. Let us define. The reference angle for a given angle is the positive acute angle formed by the terminal side of the given angle and the x-axis. Okay, and the x-axis. Let us see later on. No, and the x-axis like this, x-axis. So let us be guided. Let me move my video. Let us be guided with these. Let me use the laser. Okay, if it is in quadrant 1, if it is in quadrant 1, of course it is only going to have this degree, 0 degree to 90 degrees, right? This is quadrant 1, right? This one, hold on. This one is the quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. You know this already. Okay, we know in quadrant 2 it's 90 degree to 180 degree, right? In here. Excuse me. And you have 180 degree to 270 degree here. You also have 270 degree to 360 degrees. So you have 0 degree to 90 degree. If it is acute angle only, then the theta, or the angle, or the reference angle of the theta is the same. As I've said, if it is 40 degrees, still it is 40 degree. But if it is negative, clockwise, going here, negative, you need to add 0, or you need to add the angle or the theta plus 360 degrees. How about if it is in quadrant 2, just like in this example, somewhere here, example that is like 150. So if it is in 150, therefore you need to subtract it, 180 minus 150 degrees. That is leaving us with 30 degree, which is our radius, our reference angle. Okay, if it is negative, then you need to add 180 degree. Example, this is negative. Let me see. Negative. So example, negative to here. That should be like, if I say that is like negative 100, or let's say negative 200. Negative 200 is somewhere here. Example. So if that is negative 200, you are going to add 180, and then you can subtract what is missing here. Same also here. 180 degree to 270 degree, you need to use this theta minus 180. If it is negative, then this and this. Later on, we can have more examples. Let us have the first example. Since 42 degree is an acute angle, the reference angle is itself. Okay, use this first formula. Okay, no need to worry. How about the 221 degrees? Where does 221 degrees lie on? It is in the third quadrant, isn't it? Okay, so you have 180 degree to 30 degree. That you use the formula, the theta or the degree, which is 221 minus 180 degrees. So you have positive 441 degrees, right? Okay, let us try to illustrate that so that you will understand it deeper. So 221, that must be in the third quadrant, so must be somewhere here. Okay. And you subtract 180. So hold on. So you have this here, diba? This is 90, 180, right? 180. So this angle is 90, diba? 90 minus hold on. This is 180 already. This one. This side is 180. This angle is 180. But how why the degree should be atong ipuno dire, this side, this one, from here to here. Let me make this stick from here to here, diba? This is 221 minus 80, that must be 41 degrees, right? So the remaining okay, so as we mentioned, no, the definition of reference angle, it should be, no, referring to the closest x-axis. Okay, and here the closest to 221, the closest x-axis is this. So we are not going to go somewhere here, right? We're going to use this as the reference angle. Okay, does that make sense? Let us have more example. 113 degrees. It's in the second quadrant, right? So you use 180 degree minus the degree, so that is 67 degree. So you have, again, reference angle is referring to the closest x-axis and the remaining angle of the given angle. So you have 113 degree, diba? 19 plus how much? 113 minus 90, that must be 23. So we know this is 90, so 90 minus 23, that is 67 degrees. So the closest is this x-axis, so we can use 67 degree as the reference angle. How about negative 410 degrees? Negative 410 degrees. So where does it lie on? It's in here. But it lapses and up to more than 360 degree, and it is negative. So we use the second formula, which is this, which is the absolute value. No, if you have the symbol like this, 2 bars, so that is absolute value, no matter the sign, what the sign is. If it's negative or positive, still the absolute value, the whole number. If it's negative 7, it is still 7 absolute value. So you have the absolute value of the degree plus 360 degree. So okay, and this, that is negative 50. But absolute value, again, absolute value, bisag negative pa na siya, that becomes positive. So 50 degrees. Can we illustrate it here? Yes, we have an illustration. So you have 410, negative 410. So you go clockwise. 90, 180, 270, 360 plus 50, that is 410, right? But we are referring to the closest man, closest. We cannot go there, diba? It's in the fourth quadrant. So the fourth quadrant has this man as our the x-axis. We cannot go here because it's not in the fourth quadrant, right? So mamay dool, so that is 50 degrees. Ang ang let's say ang gidulon niya sa 40 degrees, right? So again, 410, diba? 90, negative 880, negative 270, negative 360. Negative 360 plus 50, negative 50, negative 410. So ang sobra man kay 50, so that's the reference angle. That's it. Straightforward and simple.